you that understand these magnificent creatures and all that they represent.
While they are found in every ocean, orcas living off the coast of Iceland are quite different than those near Costa Rica. In fact, there are at least 10 types or ecotypes of killer whales. An ecotype describes the differences between killer whale size, physical form, prey, social structure, and habitat. As you can see, the differences are subtle, but noticeable when compared side by side. Orcas are adapted perfectly to their environments. And even the whale's black and white coloration has a purpose. It camouflages the outline of their bodies in the water, making it easier for them to surprise and catch their prey. When viewed from above, the black of the whale blends in with the dark depths of the ocean. When viewed from below, the orca's white bellies match the brighter surface of the water, blending with the light above, giving them the perfect camouflage.
Their blowhole is perfectly designed for getting a quick breath of air at the surface of the water. Even the location of their eyes works to their advantage. It may look like her eyes are in that white oval eye patch, but that's a visual distraction. Her eyes are actually in the black area in front of that white patch, camouflage for thrashing prey. The fin on the back of the whale is called their dorsal fin. It helps stabilize orcas when they swim and helps them regulate their body temperature. Those dorsal fins have no muscle or bone inside them, which is why you may see them curve. The flippers on either side of the orca's body are called pectoral flippers and are mainly used for steering and stopping. Those pectoral flippers have 5 bony digits inside them, just like the human hand. The lobes on either side of the tail are called flukes. The tail fluke is the killer whale's engine, propelling them at speeds of up to 30 miles per hour, which is as fast as some of our speedboats. But they swim the fastest and use the most power when they're propelling their nearly 10,000-pound bodies all the way up and out of the water.
Killer whales are highly social animals with a well-defined social structure. An orcapod is always led by a female. Though just half the size of her male counterpart, she is in charge. It's all about attitude, not size. Because they live and work as a group, Orcas need to communicate with sounds and body language. Orcas use clicks for echolocation or navigation. Whistles to socialize in the pod. And calls for group coordination and hunting. Vocal development studies here at SeaWorld show that early on, calves learn vocalization from their mothers. But as they grow, they learn from others close to them as well. This is a bottlenose dolphin call that Shuka learned and even taught other killer whales here at SeaWorld. In fact, orcas are the largest members of the dolphin family. Whales here and in the wild use vocalization to communicate all the time.
Like most animals, killer whales use body language as a part of their communication. Pectoral slaps are used to show dominance or to get noticed. For example, a mother may use a peck slap to get her calf's attention. But when they really want to be heard, they breathe. Spy hopping is how killer whales coordinate and get a better view of their surroundings when they hunt. Fluke slaps are another form of communication that killer whales use in the wild, and right here at SeaWorld. Orcas are good communicators, so it's no surprise they're at the top of the ocean's food chain.
Killer whales work together to rear their young, protect their pod, and most importantly, pursue and catch their prey. Every day they cooperate to survive in the wild oceans of the world. The orca's hunting techniques are as varied as the whales themselves. Norwegian killer whales will circle herring, herding them together. The whales use sounds to coordinate with each other and to disorient the herring. With the fish confused and contained, the whales stun them with their powerful tail flukes, making for an easy meal.
Whales in the southern hemisphere will capture sea lions by pulling them right off the beach. Antarctic orcas will create waves that wash over floating ice. seals into the water. Kalia is coming around to show you this same wave-making technique, demonstrating one of the many impressive and complex hunting abilities that killer whales have developed around the world. Crashing in front of us, but you can't truly imagine the amount of water displaced until you experience it firsthand. But luckily for all of you guys, we have a guest who's volunteered to feel the power of these waves made by the whale. Alright, come on down and have a seat. That's your iceberg, okay? You're the seal. Alright, and you said you were excited, so are you ready to get wet? Maybe. Okay, are you guys ready to see her get wet? Alright, it looks like Kalia's on her way. First we have the whale, and then we have the wave. Here it comes. Wow, great job! Everybody give it up for our volunteer and for our new friend, Kalia. Awesome job! Very nice. Now, because these animals are found in all parts of the world, it's no surprise that they also eat all types of prey, including other whales. The blue whale on screen is the largest animal on Earth. It is 5 times longer and 50 times heavier than a killer whale. So how does an orca the size of Kalia prey on a whale that size out in the wild? It's all because killer whales are the ultimate team players.
In this example, we see the larger male orcas surround a sperm whale, forming a perimeter, while the females continue to drive the whale forward until it reaches exhaustion. The calves then move in to join the adults in the group. Whatever their prey, killer whales always cooperate and hunt together, making them a highly successful predator.
Orcas spend lots of time interacting and showing off their playful sides, both in the wild and right here at SeaWorld. Porpoising is when an orca swims fast to the surface, breaking out of the water briefly. In the wake of a boat or when surfing in a wave. Orcas like to be touched and will rub their bellies on rocks when they can. Here, just like killer whales in British Columbia. You'll also see whales imitate each other out in the wild. We see it here at SeaWorld all the time. The whales are constantly mimicking and learning from each other. playful behavior does have a purpose. A tail whip is used in hunting to stun fish. But today I have a feeling Celine here might just be stunning all of you. All day, every day, which helps us share trusted relationships and provide optimal health care, research, and quality of life. The whales here play an active role in their own health and well-being. They know a variety of behaviors. One of them may be rolling over and presenting us with their tail flukes. Those tail flukes have major blood veins that run through them, so that can be very helpful when we need to take blood samples. They'll also slide out onto a scale so that we can monitor their weight, just like you see Orca doing up on the screen. They'll even let us take a breath sample from their blowhole because of the relationships that we have built day after day here at SeaWorld. And now I'm going to take a minute to introduce you guys to some very special whales. But one in particular, it looks like, everybody give it up for Keith. Keith just had his birthday and turned 31 years old. He is most definitely a gentle giant. He really loves his back rubs and love from his trainer. But he lives here with 7 other whales who together have inspired millions of guests, hopefully including all of you, to want to care and conserve his wild counterparts and the oceans that we all share. We encourage these whales every day to learn new things to engage and stimulate their minds. Diet, exercise, and of course play. I'll help keep these whales in great shape.
The whales here at SeaWorld have helped killer whales in the wild by participating in many research studies. One ongoing study monitors the whale's heart rate and breathing to understand how marine noise pollution from ship engines and other sources affect wild populations. In another study, scientists from NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, took measurements of the killer whales living here, including pregnant whales. By comparing these measurements with drone footage of killer whales in the wild, scientists are able to monitor the wild population's nutritional and reproductive states. Other research has been done here at SeaWorld on the mother whale's milk composition. This research will help create an effective model to understand how toxins in the ocean impact wild killer whales and their milk supply. What we learn from the whales in our care every day is actively helping whales in the wild survive. And just by being here today, you've supported our rescue, research, and conservation efforts all around the world. If we work together, like the killer whale, we can protect the future of the Orcinus orca and this beautiful planet that we all share.
enjoy the rest of your time here at SeaWorld. Bye, everybody.